Emily was a kind daughter-in-law. One day, she cooked a delicious meal and served it to her. Daniel was sitting across from his mother, ready to eat together. The cruel mother-in-law secretly took the cooked chicken off her plate and replaced it with a raw piece. Then she looked at Daniel and said, "What have I ever done to your wife? Look at this. She served me raw chicken." Daniel looked at the plate and angrily asked, "Emily, what have you done? Why did you give my mother raw chicken? She is a human being, not an animal. Why would you expect her to eat raw chicken?" The cruel mother-in-law said, "Come with me, son. Let's go to my house. I'll cook a good meal for you there." Daniel looked at Emily and said, "I'm leaving." Emily sadly replied, "Okay, go." As they were leaving, the family's servant said, "Sir, marriage is a bond between two people. When a third person enters that bond, the marriage slowly falls apart." Daniel asked, "What are you talking about?" The servant replied, "Sir, sometimes we make the mistake of letting other people interfere in our married life. Later, we regret it." The cruel mother-in-law became angry and shouted, "You are only a servant. Your job is to take care of this house and water the plants. You have no right to interfere in our family matters." Then she took Daniel away. A little later, the servant was cleaning the plants when Emily walked toward him. She looked very weak. He said, "Ma'am, why are you walking like this? What happened? I greeted you, but you didn't answer." Emily smiled faintly and said, "Don't worry, I'm fine." Suddenly, she felt dizzy and started falling. The servant quickly caught her and helped her sit on a chair. He asked, "Are you okay? May I ask you something?" Emily nodded. The servant asked, "Why do you always stay silent when your mother-in-law blames you?" Emily looked down and said, "What can a wife do when her husband always believes his mother instead of his wife? When a husband trusts his mother's words more than his wife's, silence becomes the only choice." That night, Emily felt a terrible pain in her stomach. She could not sleep because the pain kept getting worse. At the same time, Daniel was spending his time with other women. Emily picked up her phone and called him, but when Daniel saw her number, he ignored the call. Somehow, Emily reached the hospital alone and was admitted. After examining her, the doctor said, "Ma'am, you already knew your pregnancy was very delicate. I'm sorry, but you have lost your baby." Emily burst into tears and cried, "Doctor, please don't say that. I don't have any children. Please save my baby." But the doctor sadly lowered her head because nothing could be done. When Emily told Daniel what had happened, he started crying. Emily looked at him and said, "Your tears won't change anything. The damage is already done. I don't want to stay with you anymore. I want a divorce." Just then, the cruel mother-in-law entered the room and said, "Son, don't apologize to her. Divorce her. You are still young. You can find another woman." Daniel looked at his mother and said, "Mom, why are you here? Please don't interfere anymore. Our marriage was destroyed because of you. Now you still want to break it apart, but enough is enough. Please leave. I want to live happily with my wife." The cruel mother-in-law quietly walked away. Emily looked at Daniel and softly said, "Look around you. Do you understand now? The problem was not only your mother. The real problem was that you gave someone else a place in our marriage that belonged only to us. Now we can't continue this marriage. Today, I didn't only lose my baby, I also lost my hope." Daniel cried and said, "Please forgive me. I made the biggest mistake of my life." Emily replied, "Some mistakes cannot be fixed with an apology. They only become lessons. I hope you never break someone's trust again." They hugged each other one last time with tears in their eyes. Then they quietly walked away in different directions. The lesson is simple. Marriage is a bond between two people. When someone else controls that bond and trust is lost, love slowly disappears.